morning, good evening. Welcome to another cast of VRML Orion Drift. Today we'll be casting an exciting game between CeRium and IVNA. My name is Martini. I have RetroCat and Aiden of VR in the casting booth with me. How are we all doing today?
I am doing amazing here today as we're going to see two of these epic teams. And also, it's just really, I'm really happy because this is my first cast of the VRML season. So I'm hyped to cast a lot of games this season, but we got the one and only IVI versus CeRium, I think is that how you say it?
Is it CeRium? I don't think I've heard someone. I'm not gonna lie, Retro. I think you might have just murdered that. I think you might have just absolutely murdered that pronunciation. I apologize to the team for that. That's great. Anyways, what do you expect to see, Aiden? I mean, we have a pretty hot, well-known team here in this matchup.
I mean, yeah, we have a powerhouse team like IVINA. You know, fresh out of the VRML Con 2025, they were runners-up, so they are definitely a powerhouse to be reckoned with. And you have a team like CeRium. Now, I've never really heard of them. Never seen any of the players on here, never witnessed their playstyles or anything before. So this could either be a huge upset on IVINA, or this could just be nothing. Honestly, I'm going for Ivy though. What do you think, Martini?
I mean, well-known team. Let's check out the community votes. 7-1 right now. A reminder to everyone who's not aware, you can actually vote on games and who you think is going to win in a game by going to the matches page on VRML and seeing what is going on there. And it looks like they're actually going to be starting pretty soon here, right on time. I got to give credit to a lot of these teams. Everyone is so punctual. I was just telling all the casters in the game before all this how punctual everybody is they're already live. Yuki with the ball in hand as they're going so fast, and they're already taking a shot there from CeRium. And I'm not sure if they were just playing that wrong or what happened to Ivy, but dang, that is fast.
Wow. CeRium already putting their first play up onto the board here. I think I'm kind of rooting for the underdogs here, trying to take down IVI here as we got JD gonna be going straight back down, going right back to Slip. Oh, but the defense is going to be crazy on top of here. It looks like you're going to go straight back up on the bridge. He has it over, trying to throw it back, maybe try to throw it cross pass for his teammate. Overall, that gets picked up, but the goal's currently open. He's going for a shot, but oh, the defense is crazy, but it did not really get that in the goal.
A beautiful block there by Ivy, sending it back into Halo, and now they're going for that deep reset. Never mind, I thought it was a reset back to their teammate. Does get some unfavorable geometry bounces as Id and Viz able to get their hand on the ball, going in for a beautiful push, but it does get picked up by Slip as they move down the arena, getting to the attacking half here, as Kangi though coming in for their own attack, preventing that attack from really developing. And I gotta say, CeRium looks pretty good right now.
CeRium is playing really heavy offense and defense here, which is incredible. We're talking about an incredible shot into the goal there. Just a bounce and a double bounce into the goal. Aiden, what was your thoughts on that beautiful chef's kiss of a shot?
Well, the first and second shots both caught me off guard. I wonder if Ivy was caught off guard too. I mean, the speed of CeRium right now is kind of impressing me, and just their playstyle in general is impressing me as IVI just tries to fight back right there.
Yeah, trying their best to really prevent this from happening, but I mean, CeRium coming in so hot right now. I'm wondering if Ivy is kind of just expecting to win this one out because, again, they are a well-known team right now, but something I will acknowledge, and I've mentioned before in some of the other casts, is there's so many 3v3 teams that we haven't quite seen yet because not every team has been able to get access to the 4v4 spectator client. So we'll see if that does produce any crazy, amazing teams with amazing talent that we just haven't seen yet.
Yeah, there could just be like some of the best teams out there, kind of just like maybe a second Ignite here that we could be seeing this season. Looks like it's going straight back up on here. We got Slippin taking the ball here, going to be curving that straight back up. Beautiful pass to Nod Dash, but it's going to get boomed across the field here. Going to be rolling straight back up on the crosswalk. JD has something to say about that, going right back, but Blade takes it. Beautiful ceiling carve right there, but just gets intercepted there.
Slip's still able to get their hands behind the ball as they're moving down on the clock, being chased by Miffin, trying to really get around them, but that pressure, that defensive pressure, providing a little too much against them, and it looks like Ivy really struggling to get any good offensive pressure right now against CeRium. And this is what we're saying, maybe there's a second, never mind, Ivy finally getting a shot on the board here, and I was getting a little scared. I was getting a little scared for the Ivy players. You know, I root for them because I'm kind of a fan. You know, I'm a little fan of Ivy. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll try my best to be unbiased here.
All right, so you're going to be going straight back down here. Timer is just ticking here. Going straight back up onto there. Going to go straight back down, rushing straight back in, but it looks like Slip is going to be trying to tackle him right there, and the tackle did pull off right there as they're going to be taking possession of the ball, and it's going to roll in. Oh, but hits that, and no double taps to be found there as they're going to be trying to hit that out of the defense line. Looks like we got Miffin taking it straight back up. It looks like it's going to be a one-on-one. It's going to be a beautiful shot into the goal, Aiden.
God, this is absolutely mind-boggling for me right now. This is not the same IVI that we've witnessed in previous tournaments and matches. They are falling short, I'm gonna say. But CeRium, props to them. Taking down the runners-up of VRML is kind of insane. But there's still plenty of match to run. There's still plenty of game to go. So they're not out of it yet.
A lot of time left on the clock, 45 seconds, enough for Ivy to do some damage here, but I gotta say, 2 points down right now for Ivy. It's looking a little complicated as, again, CeRium themselves getting set up for this offensive pressure against them going in pretty soon here, but they did miss that just a little too wide as now 30 seconds on the clock. Time is counting down. Ivy's got to make some movement. I think we're coming on the edge of this mathematical time. I'm not sure if Ivy's going to be able to potentially come back with some crazy play unless they have some amazing overtime setup as it gets back into the CeRium side. 10 seconds left. Kangi now with possession, trying to prevent this from happening as Ivy is trying their best to really get that ball in the court, but time is coming here and Slip does miss it as that gets picked up by that goalie.
It's a beautiful just save right there. And what talk about a beautiful game there, Martini. As we have CeRium. I can't believe I'm saying this. CeRium taking the first win here. And I just gotta say that was incredible, Aiden. What was your thoughts here in this match?
Again, for me, I don't think this is the same IVI that we've seen before. And from CeRium, they're a very strong, well-rounded team. Their defense is absolutely impeccable so far, as well as their offense. Able to work together, get those nice passes in, those very clean shots coming. They're all kind of helping each other succeed in the points where I think IVI is kind of failing right now. For example, that goal tackle that we saw to get, I think it was the third goal from CeRium. It's just like, the strategies are good.
Yeah, they're really trying their best as we come now into this second round between CeRium and Ivy. And I gotta say, explosive start right now for CeRium. I mean, knocking down one of the top contenders in the league. Again, this is the team that went toe-to-toe with Ignite of all teams. And obviously didn't quite win it out, but they still did make it all the way through that loser's bracket in VRML and went all the way to finals. But CeRium saying otherwise here.
Wow, and talking about an early game shot there, which is, you know, it's just a wow factor. Looks like he's just going to be letting it out there for Nadash to pick it up. Going straight back up onto the air, just like Superman. Going straight over, trying to bounce that into the goal, but looks like it gets picked up. And it's going to be zooming across the field here. It could be an open goal. He's going for the shot, but oh, barely. No double taps to be found there.
Double tap indeed as CeRium trying their best to really get this offensive pressure to develop once more, but Ivy, finally this defense is picking up. Finally we've seen some responses to CeRium. You know, it feels weird to see a team that we've known so well kind of struggle right now against CeRium because they have been on fire right now against Ivy. Several great shots in the previous round, and I'm expecting there's several more to come here as they're already leading against Ivy 1-0.
They're going straight back up onto the field here. Gonna be rushing straight back down here. We got Miffin taking over. He's gonna be booming that right back down onto the field. Looks like it's just gonna be picked up right back there from the IVI side. Beautiful pass there from Nadash as he's gonna be going straight off on the donut. He could be going for a shot, but I gotta just say, CeRium's defense is just remarkable here, Martinez. You're just seeing here, they're really good at just holding IVI off, which is a really good thing.
Yeah, I mean, look at these passing plays. They're still doing a good job, though.
Yeah, another nice goal there from. Sorry, my teams are a bit messed up. I think that was IVI, right?
It was IVI.
All right, yeah. So one thing I am noticing, IVI is having a very different pace so far. So it's a good response for their first half of the second round.
Yeah, good response indeed. I mean, any standout things you've noticed from either team, Aiden? I mean, IV has been kind of struggling a little bit, but this round feels a little closer.
I'm noticing IVI's passing is kind of connecting a lot more. Their defense is also a lot more on point than the last round. As for CeRium, you know, they're just connecting really well together right now, and I think they're playing really good.
Yeah, played a good job indeed.
Yeah, I have to say they are doing a really, really good job here, IVI and CeRium. But it looks like CeRium is just, you know, taking the cake here as they're going to be going straight back down. They're going to be chucking it in, but great defense blocking that. That could have been a goal there. It's going to be going that right back down. We got Blade going to be trying to take that ball possession. He takes it around. He's going straight back up here, but gets tackled midair, rolling straight back up. Gonna get the possession back to IVI. Beautiful pass right back to Nadash, but he did not really make that pass there.
Yeah, things aren't quite connecting right now for Ivy. We saw a great connection earlier. Unfortunately, still didn't quite land with a goal in the end as Miffin now coming in for this 1v2. Takes the shot, though. That's 2-1 on the board.
Yeah, we had a really long standstill there between both teams. Either one kind of just fighting for possession. And we do finally get a goal from good old CeRium. So yeah, we are back for the third repetition of this round.
Yeah, we come now in this 2v1. Another attempt on the goal. They're so close to getting that one in, but finally this Ivy defense proving pretty strong against the CeRium players.
Time is ticking up onto the clock here. It is currently 2-1, so there is a chance for Ivy to come up. Maybe we can see ourselves into a little bit of overtime here. So going straight back up. The defense is credible. He takes it down onto the field. Pass to Nadash here. Taking it over. Another beautiful pass to Jakey. He's rushing straight back up. He's going in, but oh! Nobody there to retrieve it, but get me wrong, Nadash was there to retrieve it. As it looks like it's going straight back up, and now all they're really going to have to do, Martini, is play keep away, and they'll get another win onto the board for CeRium. I know, that's really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I had totally different expectation. Community did too, right? Only 7 votes for Ivy versus the one on CeRium, and yet we're not quite seeing that pan out in the gameplay. 19 seconds left on the clock. It's coming down. This has got to be some kind of action from Ivy. They're going in for the shot, but it doesn't work. Invis able to take that one and keep possession for the time of being, and I think this is not going to be quite working out for the IB players of CeRium now. Really keeping this pressure up. Never mind. Nadash coming in. Can they go in for the final shot? They got the 1v2, 1v3. No, it gets cleared right now, but it's still in play for the time being as Yuki able to come in and recover that for their team.
Looks like the ball is still up onto the air. Is it going to touch the ground? And it is a beautiful encore from CeRium. Another epic win, Aiden. Aiden, what was your thoughts on that brilliant match?
You know, so far what I kind of saw, Ivy, I kind of picked up pace towards the end. They had a really good run all the way through the arena, and one of their passes just kind of didn't connect right, and it kind of just all fell apart. CeRium, though, still keeping up with a powerhouse team like Ivy. It's kind of insane. Also, one thing I am noticing is when I say CeRium, my phone thinks I'm saying Siri, so that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, this is insane, right? We're coming in now to round 3. Only 2 points on the board in terms of rounds from CeRium. And yet IB is the one that was the favorite. They were supposed to be the one expected to win. And we're not quite seeing this. And now I'm getting kind of scared for the league, right? There's so many top tier teams before, but just because you were one before doesn't quite mean that's going to be the case anymore. Now that we're in the season, now that we're seeing, I think, a lot more exposure to some really good teams. And JDG, though, is coming in hot, takes a shot for IB.
IVI is not going down without a fight here. They're going to be putting it all into this epic match here. Looks like we're going to be kicking it off. Looks like he's going super fast. He could be going for a shot, but gets blocked by JDG. Incredible goalie defense there, as it's going to be rolling straight back up onto the CeRium side. Going to be taking that straight back up onto the air. He has that possession. Going to be throwing it right back down to a beautiful bass. The blade here. Gonna be throwing that right back down. Could be going for the shot. JD goes in for the interception into the air and just booms it back, but gets intercepted by Miffin.
Coming in for the final shot, takes it. Another point on the board for CeRium.
Yeah, very first fast-paced goal there from Ivy. And then, CeRium just kind of biting back. They did not enjoy that. The ball steal from the middle, really nice. Shout out to Miffin. And, we're back in play.
Yeah, Yuki thrown in for another shot attempt there, but not working out for Ivy. But hey, there's so much time on the board for both teams. This is probably the closest we've seen these two teams, I think, in the last couple rounds. So I'm excited to see if Ivy can finally come back and maybe force a comeback for their own team.
Looks like the ball is just going to be rolling straight back down onto the field as it goes straight under sewer right here. JD takes possession of the ball here. Looks like Nugs is going to be taking possession of the ball, going straight back up, but looks like the defense is crazy on the CeRium team as Miffin's going to be taking it up. Sorry, it looks like Muffin, the name, but looks like it's going straight back down onto the court here as it looks like Blade's going to be taking that straight back up. Could he be going in for the shot here? Could he be going in for an epic pass? He goes in for the pass, but somebody was there just to defend it.
Yeah, things defended indeed. 3 minutes left on the clock right now for both of these teams. And it's crazy to see the contention from both sides. They're trying their best to get it, but Miffin takes a shot in. That's one on the board from CeRium.
Yeah, again, CeRium, they are fierce right now. That is the one word that I can use to describe them. They're just not letting IVI get even an inch. If they even get an inch forward, they just put a stop to it instantly. Their defense is just absolutely impeccable. And, well, there it is. IVI fighting back.
I mean, what did you see in that one? There was such a quick response, Aiden.
There was a really quick response. IVI kind of just drawed out the defense a little bit. And once they drawed out the defense, they made their move and got a goal.
Like JD's gonna go straight back down and another epic shot, Aiden. I think I don't know, the Castier's curse is happening here, but looks like IVI is just racking up points here.
It would seem so. They are racking up quite a few points, just kind of taking advantage of. I think it's the slower starts that CeRium's kind of doing right now. It's also Ivy. They have really good ball chasers on their team. Nadash and Yuki specifically, they're absolutely amazing at those kickoff plays. So if you're slowed down just a little bit, they will take advantage of that.
Does get cleared out by the IV defense's Blade, trying to keep it in a play for the time being. But Nug's going to be there off of hit. Never mind, Blade comes back in to intercept their own in the clear as Miffin. Nail coming down the arena, gets the juke off of two different players. Looking now for another potential play, but it does get deflected there by Yuki.
He's going to be rolling straight back down onto the court as we got Miffin throwing it in. Beautiful shot from the top, making it 3-3, neck to neck, Aiden.
Yeah, that first stop from Yuki there was really good, but Miffin did not like the stop at all. And I have to just shout out really quick that backwards handed shot that he did. He didn't have the momentum going forward. He just hit it while going backwards. That does take a lot of skill, and that's just a very good play.
Yeah, very good play indeed. Coming down the arena now, JDG in hand, looking to push this down, and never mind, they get deflected off the geometry there. Nadash not able to follow up with that, as now both of these teams are head-to-head, 3-3. We're coming 30 seconds on the clock. They got to make some kind of action. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing some overtime action from both of these teams as they go for the deep pass. Gets missed as Nadash now following up with their own potential attacking play. We got the 1v2. Can they go in? They do take the shot. Doesn't work, though, and they can't follow up with the behind-the-back shot. Looks like we might be going into potential overtime territory here.
I have to say, I am on the edge of my seat right now as we're taking down the overtime. And could this be it? Could this be the end? Trying to throw that in, but the defense, IVI is just not letting them get that going, and they're going to deflect it, throwing down onto the field, and now we are in overtime territory. So could IVI put their first win up onto the board, or will CeRium take home the slice of pie?
They're so close. It's right on the. I'm on the edge of my seat too. I don't know who's gonna win this one out. I mean, CeRium, this is all on the line, right? They get the win after this. IVNA though, they get the loss if they can't quite lock in for that for this round a point, because they're down 2 whole rounds. They have to make a perfect play for the next 3 rounds in order to have a comeback and win this one out. Blade though goes for the deep pass. Miffin for the follow-up. Can't quite get their hands on it though, and that defensive is the defensive side right now from IV is going to keep that from going in.
It's all about defense. Defense is the main of the game on overtime here. 2 teams, very pressured. Miffin takes it. He has the goal. He could be going down for an epic win. CeRium for the W. It's as they just drank 4 monsters in a row and just took home the cake. GG's, Aiden.
GG's, indeed. Wow, what a match. Blade and Miffin just absolutely relentless on the IVI defense to the very end. Props to you guys. No Name team is now very known. Just straight up good job. Like,
you know, we were talking earlier about these. I don't want to call them no name teams, right? I feel like that's kind of not. It's unknown teams, right? These are teams that we're just not quite aware of the talent yet on their side, and yeah, we had just seen that today. We saw CeRium, you know, come in and knock down Ivy 3-0, right? It was, I don't want to call it a clean, yeah, it was a clean sweep in terms of round points. It wasn't a mercy for you know, to say, but it was a clean sweep nonetheless, and honestly making moves already. And it's only week 1. We have another 10 to 12 weeks left in this season. CeRium already upsetting against IV, so I'm excited to see what IV does. This is gonna be a hard loss for them. They, you know, they lose to a team that no one's really kind of heard of yet, a newer team. CeRium though knocking down one of the big heavyweights, I'd say. They're IV, I think regularly is ranked amongst the top 3, maybe even 4 teams in Orion Drift, at least for the VRML side of things. But hey, as these seasons go on, who knows what other unknown teams will step out of the shadows and showcase that hey, they have the talent, they have the chops to also play amongst the best. But before we sign off today, I did want to give out some shout outs to another Axiom, one of my personal favorite sponsors, for providing us with the game we love, and of course for supporting season 1 of VRML. And of course, if you're not already aware, for anyone who wants to support the stream a little bit more, you can sign up as a member just for $4.99 and unlock a lot of cool perks, right? You'll get custom emojis right here on the chat, special loyalty badges, and of course member shout out in the credits. We've also got prize giveaways during the streams and even member only live streams. So if you want to get and some of those extra perks and support the community, become a member today. I'll appreciate it. And hey, maybe we have a cool thing like we hit 100 members, I'll do some crazy challenge or something. Who knows, maybe that's on the board, but we'll see. But before we sign out, any last words you have to say about this game, these teams today, y'all?
I just gotta say, for CeRium, they really did their homework here. And I just want to say GG's, and IVI, just give you guys self a pat on the back. Maybe watch the VOD a bit afterwards, see what you could have done better. But overall, GG's. You have anything else to say, Aiden, here?
I just gotta say I love Orion Drift, and props to CeRium. Seriously, good job, guys.
Yeah, props to them indeed. We got to get some replays from this game. A lot of goals coming out from both teams, but obviously a little bit more coming out from the CeRium players. I'm excited to see what CeRium does themselves. Maybe they're the Ignite killer we've needed for a long time, because Ignite is just one of those dominant teams, which I know is crazy to say to Aiden.
One thing too, Martini, is I mean you're gonna have all these new teams, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I mean the 4v4 build was pretty closed off before. Now you have all these new teams emerging, and they're coming out with different play styles. You gotta remember, guys, there were a lot of teams who were just scrimming constantly in 3v3s. This could be one of those teams. So while we at VRML might not know them, they could be absolute powerhouses like we've seen today. So, you know, this season is going to be very interesting nonetheless, and I'm super excited to cast more.
Yeah, we'll see what teams do come into the spotlight. But unfortunately, that'll be it for us today. And of course, keep an eye out for another VRML Orion Drift cast. If you're not aware, there is another one going on tonight. It's 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I believe it's between Coffee and the Blizzard OD. Yours truly will be on there again casting. I'll be working with Victoria and Alpha on that casting desk. So we appreciate seeing you all here today. And of course, remember to subscribe and leave a like. It's greatly appreciated. Hopefully we can see you all in the cast later tonight.
Orion Drift VRML is brought to you by Another Axiom, Helga, the esports manager. Thanks for watching VRML.